That's on the Standard. So what do we know? So police at this point have confiscated some servers from transnational building, suspected to be involved in potential election fraud. A security officer apparently attached to the Deputy President's office was intercepted during the process, although the details remain quite scanty on the investigation at this point. And also that came after some foreign nationals, 3 Venezuelans, were arrested in the past week with IEBC stickers, which is, by the way, a very crucial component of the election technology set to be deployed in the next 2 weeks. DCI says they are not employees of Smartmatic, and this material apparently was found inside the personal luggage of one of these individuals. Philip, I'll start with you. You spoke a little bit about this, but looking at the situation we're in, it's an extremely critical time that there must be trust within IEBC and the company that, it has given that award, got that contract to provide the technology. But then you have these questions of, dubious dealings happening right around the corner, 2 weeks to an election. Kenyans are concerned.
Yeah, thank you very much. And we want IEBC to be serious also, in terms of if any visitor, if any engineer is coming. I think they need to report to the police and the airport that we have these visitors who are coming. We have talked of the luggage and whatever is in their bags. I think even when Kenya Power is visiting your house, sign up. They come with their tools. So I think that one I have no problem with that. They will have to carry their laptops. They will have to carry their passwords and whatever we are seeing there. In any serious country, sign up. If the police and the DCI have accessed the passwords that are related to an election, that election can even be stopped. It is actually very serious, because if you check what these guys are interested, they are interested in tampering with the electronic voting that will be there in the next election. So if you check this kind of attitude and this kind of schemes that they want to stop these guys, if you check even in the headline, they are talking about Venezuelans. They are not even saying these are IEBC visitors. I think this is unfortunate. Why are they interested in the country more than the expertise and the technology that they are bringing and how they have been contracted? There is a reason why they are saying Venezuelans, because they want us to forget that IEBC is preparing for an election. And I would like to tell Kenyans who are listening to me this morning that the election will go on. I know right now, even where I come from, I know people are panicking. You have heard of the powerful statements that even ministers in this government have been talking of, that we are working with Raila Odinga. That's CS Musheru, and he's in charge of ICT. He was saying that I am working very hard with Raila Odinga to ensure that he succeeds in the next election. This is a minister in charge of ICT talking about that. Now, this kind of assistance that we are seeing that Raila Odinga was waiting for from the deep state has vanished. In fact, Zainab, all the assistance that Raila was to receive, Raila has discovered and Azimio that the only thing that will win this election is the vote. And that's why all this help, we are being treated with drama.
What does the issue of 3 people arrested with critical electoral material have to do with any political player in this country?
Kenyans have to be wary of these rumors. And I said at the beginning of this of this debate, and I said, the person who is really giving us a lot of rumors and gossip is the DCI. He should investigate privately and come and announce when he has succeeded. But you can see he has not succeeded in many cases. Which case has this DCI succeeded in arresting people? So I think he should not treat us with this drama. Let us tell Kenyans to be prepared for 9th.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see, DCI does not reach Kenyans. Whatever DCI does, if it is of public interest, will be covered by the media. That's the business of the media. So you can't blame the DCI for being involved in something that is of public interest. And in this case, it even goes beyond public interest to a national interest. We are in a country where election determines so many things. And we cannot afford a situation where our elections are compromised. And I think we are in a very volatile economic situation that we are not even ready for another campaign period if this election is vacated by a court of law. So it is in our own interest to know what is going on, you know. And we cannot cast aspersions on very sensitive issues, like what is happening right now, and start bringing in names here, deep state and all that. But I know that is consistent with the Kenya Kwanza narrative. They'll always want to throw all this manner of things, deep state, support, you know. If Raila was fighting for the space that we have today, Raila was not fighting it so that he rigs any election and benefits from that. And I can confidently say that the Raila that Kenyans know is the Raila that believes that the power to govern must be a function of the vote of every individual Kenyans. So let me come back to this. Now, the reason why this is a very serious issue is very simple. That if these guys were genuine IEBC employees, IEBC abdicated its duty. If they were coming for IEBC business, they are offering support, they are subcontractors of Smartmatic, like they claim in this story by the Standard, then it would have been the business of IEBC to go to the airport and receive these people. It would have been the business of IEBC to let Kenyans know that these stickers, the electoral materials, are coming in tranches. It would have been the business of IEBC to let us know that these are the specific dates. The people who ought to have been there to receive them were IEBC officials, not security officials. Because when there is suspicion of anything that is a threat to national security, security will come in, and IEBC was not there. The contradictions that we are having, you know, someone is contracted, the person who is said to be contracted is also denying the fact that they are contracted, raises a lot of questions.
Okay.
Come back to the issue of Venezuela. It is very clear that we are dealing with a company that was contracted by IEBC on the basis of very shoddy due diligence. And there is nothing we can do about that. Smartmatic is already on board. But we have to be vigilant. What loopholes are there to be sealed? Because we know what the same company did in Venezuelan elections. We know what they did in the Philippines elections. And we know the mischief that they did here in Uganda. And it is their CEO who has come out to accept responsibility. That in an election, they interfered with the voter turnout to the tune of 1 million voters. It is not mere coincidence that there is an election where they had an issue with 1 million voters, and Kenyans here, political players, have talked about 1 million voters being shafted around. It is not a mere coincidence, and therefore it's not a function of any political formation to tell us who should do what. This is a function of national security.
Okay,
but lastly, let me just say that it is wrong for politicians to come out and take position on something that we have state agencies that are dealing with. All of us want IEBC to do a good job. No one would want to attack IEBC because no one would want an election that is shoddy.
Okay.